There we are. Yo. Uh, just doing a little bit of a stream tonight. Like I just kind of wasn't sure what to do with myself, so I was just like, let me just pop on for stream. See if I can code for like an hour. Usually, so it's like 7 o'clock, and around like 8-ish is when my brain's just like, no, you can't code no more, stop, you know? So, gonna give it a little bit of a go for a bit. Camera's all off. There we are. Um, and we'll just go from there. So what we got going on right now is this is kind of my to-do list. I'm kind of working on adding some components to my application. It's in Tauri using React. So it's doing a bunch of different things here. And we're just gonna just dive into it, see if I could just carve out a little piece of it tonight. Nothing too crazy, just want to get something going here. So we're just gonna start up our dev. This is going to pop up our app. Hopefully. There we go. And here's our little app. So basically we're able to create projects, and we're trying to build a slideshow with some ability to modify it. So I have it kind of tiny on the screen, so I'll make it a little bigger for everyone. And the last thing I just created was this ability, so we could pop up a new window. You can see it says hello world. And then you could also go full screen with that hello world, right? So what we're actually going to do now is make that hello world actually be something. And I'm a little like on the fence how I want to get that to work. We don't have any projects open, so we'll open up some cool idea project, right? And essentially we have this screen here, which is like our logic screen, but we don't have any logic. What we kind of did do is build something similar. So I have a design I'm going to try and follow here. So basically what we're going to try and do is make the ability to kind of make these components, and essentially what we're going to try and do is build these pieces here. We got text, we got images, we got tables, and we got an input. So these are going to be the UI elements, and we're going to also build this sidebar here, right, where we have like the properties that you can edit. So this is just kind of like a placeholder. So I may add like another thing, which may just be like a color block or something. I'm not quite sure how we're gonna do that just yet. But the idea is that we're gonna put this logic in there where we could just put in a presentation. So like here, the component's called like a presentation board. So we're gonna start there. If we go to our app right now, right, and we hit the plus here, this is following this rule book thing. We don't have like a component here. So what we're probably gonna do is have like some parent things. So like we may just have like a slide be the first item here that we can make here. So I think that's what we're gonna do is when we click this, it's gonna be the slide, and then we can put stuff inside our slide. And I think that's what we're gonna try and start with, and we'll go from there. This thing's gonna get built out more and more, hopefully. As long as I can keep my attention span going and continue like trying to build this out. That's always the hard part, it's just not petering out. And yeah, so I think that's what we're going to do now, is we're going to kind of build out this component section a little bit more. Right now you click main window, it does nothing. So I think we're going to start with creating a concept of, well, this is the hard part, because like I'm just kind of like making this up as I go along, and I kind of have like a vague idea of what I want to do, but like the details, I'm not like getting granular enough to get to the details. Is gonna be the hard part. So what we kind of want to do is let's see, canvas, with React.js. So I'm gonna kind of like do some research real quick, because what we kind of have like in this build as it is, we do kind of have like the ability to build nodes and save nodes, right? So interestingly enough, if I go back to our build, I gotta figure out why it's doing that. Actually, no, I'm just gonna close all this. I don't like that it's doing that. Well, maybe it's just because it's full screen. Can't get out full screen mode. Yeah, there we go. We'll just make it so that's just one thing. I think I hit the yellow button for that, or does that minimize it? Yeah, it minimizes it. Okay, hold on. Technical difficulties. 1 sec here. There we go. We'll just make it big like that. I was getting annoyed of swiping back and forth. I had a different setup for this a while ago, but I'm still playing with the setup. So right here we have this full screen viewer. I think we're gonna make this work similar to why is this? We don't need that, we just want this. Because we have viewer app, so I think we're gonna do, there should be like a rules flow graph similar to this flow graph where we're just loading React Flow. But I have to think about this because what we want is something that's like presentable. And what we kind of want to do is set up like positioning based off of a percentage. Whereas right now this is based off of kind of like hard XY value. So we actually, let's load up our database here. Let's see what that app was. I don't even know what that app was called. I think it had an elephant. Table Plus maybe was what I was using. I might have been using something else. Yeah, this is a different project. Yeah, it was DB Browser for SQLite. Okay. This will allow us to look at our data here. So we'll make this nice and big. Nice and big. And we're just gonna go open database. Oh, that's weird. Open database. So I did put in on the sidebar. I used to have. There it is. This folder goes directly to my database folder. All right. So we got database. So now we should be able to see what roles is. Browse table. Wow, that is tiny. I don't know why I have it so small. Anyways, so this is what our data looks like. It's this JSON object here. You can see it's kind of like right here as well. That is kind of hard to read. I might have to play with the aspect ratio on this because it's kind of tiny. Right. So we see how it says like position XY. So it's kind of assuming a certain width and height to everything, and we kind of want that, but then we also don't want to do we want to be able to say this slide's going to be kind of dynamic. So we kind of want to say oh, I gotta do some research, I think, because this is what we're going to do is we're going to make something similar where it's going to be instead of a rules, it's going to be a components folder. And we're probably going to follow the same thing where we're just going to save this kind of data of like, this is the component, it's positioned here, and it has children nodes of this and that and the other thing. So we'll see. I may just skip that for now, to be honest, because like I said, I'm only going to be on for like an hour, and this seems like it might be too much to start right now with the limited brain power I got going on at the moment on a Sunday evening. So let's see here, we don't need this app open. So we kind of have an idea of like, we kind of want to do something similar to this screen, but we want to have another menu. So I think we can at least start on that. We can at least start on when we click on this, instead of being a black screen, it could follow our design. So let's start there, because I think that'd be a good place to move forward with. Right, what we got going on here? Because we may end up, I may look into, oh, that was right, I remember now. Let's look at React Flow's library. Because I think React Flow, does this let me dive into the nodes? No, let's look into the nodes here. Development, Tingo, node modules. React Flow is the grid component. But it uses something, and I remember like, oh yeah, maybe that will be what I use for this. React Refresh, React, I don't see React Flow here. So many components. I wonder why it doesn't just say React Flow. Because this uses React Flow, so it should have React Flow. Oh, XY Flow React. So let's take a look in our library for that. Oops. Yeah, I don't know how far we're gonna get. My brain's already kind of going. So we want to look at our package.js, package.json, and we should have an at XY Flow. XY Flow React. Right, okay, so then here we should have XY Flow. I don't see an XY flow, right? It should be like XYZW, it should be right here. So I wonder what it's calling itself. Like, I don't see anything that looks like it's called like, am I looking in the right folder? Yeah, development. Tingo? Yeah, that seems to be the right folder. That's weird. Doing a bunch of post CSS. I'm just trying to find React Flow because it doesn't seem to be named React. Like it's not called XY Flow. Also, apparently I have D3 in here. Why do I have D3? There's a, oh, here it is, at XY Flow. So we're just kind of like looking under the hood of the tool we have because I may use an abstraction from that. So here's all the different things we could do in XY Flow. Okay, so let's just do, I guess we'll just look at XY Flow here. So you see how like we're using React Flow, but under the hood is XY Flow. I don't think this is what we're going to use to build this. What I kind of want is like art or an artboard kind of component. So let's see what React artboard looks like. Okay, so this is just literally an artboard, which is not what we want. We want to be able to I might just make it do an HTML canvas element to render it, but I'm kind of trying to avoid that. I'm trying to just say, what is this? Okay. Okay, so it's a rectangle that changes color. It doesn't really look like what I want. This is, we're done with that. We don't need that window anymore. We're done with that window. Don't need to look up React. We've already got this all working, so we close all this. So what we're trying to decide right now is how are we going to present the UI? And, you know, I already told myself I wasn't gonna do that. I got distracted here, so I think we're just gonna try and stay focused and just add in our view here, right? So let us go back to the app here, because what it is when we hit main window is black. So at bare minimum, let's just try and get the extra column in here, because if we look back to our design, right, our Figma file, if I can find our Figma file, this guy, right, we have this extra column here. So I think that's where I'm going to go with this right now, is just add that extra column in, and then this, how I want to present positioning this stuff, I think we're gonna have to just spend some time and look and see what's available off the shelf to position elements and go from there, because we have an idea of what we want to do, but I want to make sure it works for everyone. Let me just click this, make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, I think we're good. So yeah, we're just going to continue with that. So this should be fairly straightforward, because all it is we're going to take this concept and move it over here. And I think in my design, yeah, you can kind of tell in the design this element is in the same window as this guy. So I think we're just going to do it that way. We're just going to add it as a card. So let's go. I'm going to close all these things because we're kind of done with the viewer for now until we actually get something to put in that viewer. So we're going to just try and make the interface to add things to the viewer, and then I think hopefully by the time we get done with that, we'll have a concept of how we want to save that data and how we want to present it inside the viewer. Because I think it's going to be a lot of drag and drop, so I may end up using React Flow still. I'm definitely going to have to check and see like how to make it work percentage based versus other things. Okay, so now that we got more of a game plan, let me turn this light on. I don't think it's gonna help any. Oh, now there's a light on me. Look, you can actually see my face. Okay, so now we got that going. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Okay, so okay, so I'm just trying to wrap my head around. You know what I'm gonna, yeah. Step one is let's look at it. So we got home view, playbook view, right? You click on playbook view. So we have this React flow provider, the rules menu, toolbar menu. Interesting. Okay, yeah, so this is the playbook view. So I think what I need to do is I have this concept of screens, right? So we got this workspace screen, right? So yeah, that's what it is. And then within the screens, we kind of have different views. So this one I think you just need to get rid of this guy. Yeah, okay, so this is what's going on here. We have a dummy item for the component just as a placeholder. But now what we got to do is on selection, set select item, dummy item. Okay, so let's see what happens when we click on this. Main window, my role, main window. We're selecting this. Dummy item, label, main window, component, one icon. I'm just trying to remember. Where's this one? Item key. So I think the next step is like we gotta look and see what set selected item does. Again, I haven't worked on this for a while. Like this is my first day back after a couple weeks, so don't remember where I left off certain things. Okay. So let's look at this. That's not what we want. So set selected item is just a state value. On click, we're just setting the selected item to that item key. Okay. That what I'm a little confused at the moment is right now. So this is just the sidebar. And here we have the model. How do we get some work done here? I'm not seeing. Okay, selected work view. Right. Let's look at selected work view, because that seems to be a function. Selected work view is empty. So we got selected item split underscore view playbook view. Rule item, selected rule, action handle, selected actions. Selected rule. There's not, what are we looking at here? Selected item split. Selected view, selected item split. So we're looking at the first, okay, so what I did is essentially, if you go back down here, I see what I did now. I have these things by like a naming scheme. So it looks like what I'm doing is I'm saying something underscore, like right here, this item key, rule ID. So what I need to do is give this dummy item right here, yeah, it needs to have an item key of dummy. So this underscore dummy item, that doesn't work. That's probably what's screwing it up, because the item key should not be rule, it should be component. And then we just need to give it a number right now. So we're just gonna call it 001. I think that's gonna help us. I may rename it from component, because component may get confusing, because technically all these files are considered components. Whereas I'm talking about a element, we'll call it an element, right? Well, what we got, what we're calling this build. We're calling them components. I guess I'll stick with components. So we have rules, we have components. So what this will do is say, okay, component 001, label, what does this label here say? Label is name. Okay, name. So basically we're mapping through, this is already grabbing data and we don't have anything saved here. So we're just kind of making up stuff. We'll just call this slide 1 for now. Okay, so this should be a little bit more workable. So now that we did that, we can go back up to our, we're just trying to figure out what we did here. And you see how it says view, rule view, work view. So what it's trying to say is return work view, work views. If work view selected view key of string and work views was return work views. This is very hard to understand here. This line right here, this is all confusing. So this is, I guess what we're saying is based off of these views, we do different things. So if I do this and I call this component, and hopefully it's not a special name, yeah. So now it's going to, when I click back on that element where it was a black window, it should now show the playbook view, but I think it'll be broken. Let's find out. So yeah, now it says slide 1, we click this, yeah, so it breaks the app. Because we're not really passing in any real values here. So what we're going to do now is under component, we have playbook view, we're going to make a new thing called artboard. Artboard view. And basically we're going to look at our playbook view. Playbook view, right? So we have this component. So we're going to just copy this component. And we're going to use this as a basis for a new component called artboard, which is going to be similar. It's probably going to, like I said, I'm probably going to use the same XY element to design the layout. but I think I'm going to mess with it some. So we'll see how this is going to work for us. So we're going to make a new component and we're going to call it artboard view. ESX. We're going to paste in our initial component again. Anywhere where it says playbook, we're going to change it to say artboard. And then we'll see where we end up here. I misspelled board. Ha, I misspelled board. B-A-O-R-D. B-O-A-R-D. Board. I'm totes board. Okay. Right. So this technically should show an empty grid, maybe, if we did this right. I don't think we did this right, though. So we'll just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. We gotta restart our app, though. So we're gonna restart our app. And we'll go from there. Doop, 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 doop. Okay, make this a little bigger. So we'll click on a project. Oh yeah, see that's already broken. So let's inspect element. We should get. I don't like how this is not. I don't know why it's broken. So let's try this again. And we'll try and pop up developer mode before we get to that window. So hopefully we'll get some messages here of why this isn't working. Nothing. Blah. What's always annoying is when you try to build something and there are unread messages that have been filtered. Click filters. Okay, there we go. I don't know why there was a filter. Okay, cannot find variable artboard view. Artboard view. So it doesn't like artboard view here. So what that tells me is we'll go back to here, workspace screen. Probably need to import it. So let's import it up here. So we should have playbook view right there. So we'll import artboard view from artboard view. Well, technically we shouldn't need the TSX there. Okay, so maybe that will work now. Let's find out. So I already restarted some stuff for us here. So here's the old one. Yeah, okay, so what's our error now? Got more errors. Undefined is not an object. I think it's expecting, yeah, it's trying to get some stuff done. It's Destiny. Hi, Destiny. Welcome back to my stream. I have a Destiny that watches. Alright, so I just need some more water. Gotta get the noggin flowing. So what's happening now is we kind of just tossed in this component. I'm gonna gut it because it's expecting properties that doesn't exist just yet. Well, instead of gutting it, let's be smart about this. So we're gonna look at workspace screen. Actually, let's look at what the error is exactly. Undefined is not an object. Evaluating updated item. Update item JSON body, JSON string payload. Okay, so it's trying to do flow graph, but I don't have a pseudo. Yeah, so if you can't tell, I moved, so that's why it's been a while. Yeah, I'm in this crazy, like, I moved from an apartment to an art studio loft, so I'm just in a big warehouse area right now. So I can actually, let me just show the camera real quick. Look at that. There's all this stuff out here. Yeah, it's crazy. So it's kind of neat. Still unpacking stuff. I still got like a box. Where's the box? I can't point. There we go. There's a box left. So yeah, it's starting to kind of come together with this. I'm gonna talk to my landlord and see if I can paint a mural behind me, because I think that'd be kind of fun. And I wanted to yeah, new crib, new start. I wanted to get more into like a artsy space to do more artsy stuff. So we'll go from there, I guess, right? But it should be fun. Already have some friends that want to come visit. And yeah, like I want to start pushing more. I really want to get this app done. Like I'm now 2 months behind where I want it to be. And I feel like I'm just like almost to the point where it's like a usable application. But it's just me being slow about it. And then once we get to like the winter, it gets darker sooner. So then you just don't want to do anything. You just want to like sit and watch TV. So I'm just trying to get myself motivated to get things moving on that. Yeah. So right now I'm just trying to fix a bug. I was going to just stream a little bit tonight. Let's see what we're doing right now. This guy. I want to build out some of the screen. I'm a little like this part right here. I'm still debating how I want to build it out. I'm probably just going to use React Flow again, just and see if I can make it so that it works in a way that's more percentage based. Because I want to be able to like make bleed areas and like set up artboards and things like that. So we'll see how that goes. But right now, what I'm trying to do is set up a new component that's going to be what I have highlighted right now. So it'll just be like a little art area, and then a little sidebar here for like selecting elements and adjusting their properties. Oh yeah, React Flow is awesome. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen. I did get, if I restart this app. Let me just restart this app now. I did get a little bit of React Flow going. But then like I need to like I got it going, and then I was like, okay, I need to get these other bits going as well. And then I could go redefine what goes inside these. So if I go like to my project here and I click on a rule, I got like the way to generate new elements here. Like I don't like that starts on top of that. Well, I guess I just did that to myself. Yeah. And then you can connect them, right? So I still got to like put like drop downs on here to define like what these things are supposed to do. Right now, I just know that I want an input to do an action, and there may be an output, and then you can make multiple rules. So, going to work on that a little bit. This is more or less just placeholder for now. Like I think there's a menu, yeah, like configure settings and edit. And that still needs like I don't know why it says edit project. I just kind of dumped that in there. Like I think if I hit configure, yeah, these do nothing. But the idea is like these would be, I'm gonna adjust this a bit, but you'd be able to like set up like spacebar press would be one example of this. And then you want to go to this node, you'd probably kind of undo this. I gotta figure out. I guess you could just hit delete. Um, yeah. So like the idea would be like spacebar press would lead to this action, and this action would just increment a value by 1 or something like that. And the idea is then that would make this say now serving 4, for example. So that's what I'm trying to get going for like my POC, and I've been like adjusting my schedule on that. Just when winter hits, you kind of get like that seasonal depression, and you just lose motivation. So I'm trying to get as much done before it gets like deep into winter. But it's already dark out at like 5, so it just drives me to just want to go take a nap. But yeah, so here we're at this point right here. I want to get the high score table done by the end of like I may just stream like all Thanksgiving the weekend after Thanksgiving. But we'll see, because I do the cooking for my family, my parents, because they're too old. So I may just be tired, so we'll see. But the idea is that hopefully we'll get the now serving at least this done by the end of November, and then I hopefully will get a big chunk of this done prior to the end of the year. Because I want to be able to get these two things done and start adding in like just some artsy features to get people to enjoy this application. But there's a lot of moving parts that I want to kind of address when I get to this. So I got an idea of what I want to do. I want to just get this now serving POC, because once I get that in, I'll have all the basic layout stuff in, and then we'll start like adding more features for like tables and things like that. So there's a bit to go still. Let's clean this up a bit. Get rid of that, I guess. Okay. And what's nice is I made it. Oops, I don't know why I clicked that one, but it'll save automatically. So I got autosave going, which is kind of nice. So yeah, it's funny because we're looking at this lucid chart, and essentially I'm trying to build something that's very similar to this, but more interactive with data. So yeah, so back to this. I guess I'm going to start the app again real quick. And all I'm trying to do is get one component in there, trying to get this artboard view, which is basically at this point just a duplicate of the playbook view, which is that React Flow build. So it's going to be two different flavors of React Flow. One is for editing the nodes to give it like a WYSIWYG for coding, and the other one's going to actually be a layout of what you want to see on the screen. But I have to like check I have to play with that because I may not use React Flow for that. We'll see. Okay, so I believe what was happening was that we're just gonna kill this right here for now. That is dead. And then I don't think we have. Was it trying to do parse bar nodes and edges? Yeah, so we can just kill that as well. So hopefully now it should render something on the screen when I click on that button. So let's find out. It's a little bigger so I could see. So my role, slide one. Okay, yeah. So there we go. I closed out the React Flow because we weren't passing in data for it because I haven't defined any data. And this is more or less what I wanted to see. Like, okay, there's some weirdness here where we don't have I didn't give it so this is like a title and a subtitle. So this doesn't have a set title or subtitle, so it's looking a little weird there. So I'll fix that. I'll pass in, right now I'm calling it slide 01, so I'll call it slide 01 here. But the main thing was, now that I got that going, I wanted to toss in another column here. And that's probably what I'm going to end up with tonight. Just because it's Sunday night and I just wanted to get something moving on this. The cool thing that I figured out earlier today was I can make a new window. So I got a new window, and then this hello world's just a placeholder, and then this also this full screen now too of the same thing. So that hello world ultimately is going to get replaced with whatever we put into the screen here. So that's the goal, is like this will be where you define what those screens are as components. So this one's gonna be a slide, but like ideally you're gonna have like nested components probably. But we'll see how that all goes. So yeah, so that's that. I think what I'm gonna do is try to get that sidebar in there next. We have toolbar menu. I kind of want. Let's do this. I'm gonna get rid of. We're gonna keep that. Well, no, we'll get rid of this for now. Get rid of this guy, and then we're just gonna just put this as empty for now. Actually, I think I wonder if I could just put in empty objects and maybe it'll just render. Oh, it doesn't like that. Nodes and edges. So what are we trying to parse here? I already deleted it. Ha. JSON body. So we're passing in a JSON body, right? JSON body. Okay. So I think what we're going to do real quick then is we're just going to pass in a JSON body into this as a placeholder for artboard view. So well, that's weird. I'm just realizing that this playbook view. Okay, so playbook view does it on its own. So artboard view is going to do it on its own. Comes from rule item. Rule item has a default JSON body. It's just an empty string. So apparently my default JSON body, it's no bueno. So that's good to know. I already have a bug in this. Okay, let's see. It's not gonna like that. Build it again. One day I'll learn. One day I'll learn. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, so hopefully we'll get this going. My cool project. Ah, we're broken again. Right, let's just see if it'll pop up. What's the error here? Unexpected identifier object. So it does want it as a string. I changed it to an object. Yeah, so here's it's parsing into. Okay, so this, I don't think this works if it's empty. JSON body, so we have JSON body parse JSON body. Okay, so we're just gonna do nodes, empty array. I think I'm just gonna type in some values here just to see if it works. Edges, empty array, and this should be a comma. So let's see if this works. Nope, breaks again. Expected curly. Did I forget a curly? Oh, I just don't know. You know, I'm gonna make this easy on myself. I'm actually gonna go look at rule, was it playbook view? Because this one must be grabbing. Where is this grabbing the data from? I don't remember what I wrote. Action head, item, children, rule item, JSON body. So I'm just gonna go Control C, and we are just going to console log that out somewhere. We'll do it under here. See if it does it here. This may not work. That's not what I want to console log out. I want to see rule item. Actually, I just want to see JSON body. This may not work, but we'll see. Okay, so we got that. We're gonna click on this guy. We're gonna click on this guy. There's our JSON body. Okay, so what? Let me just copy that. Copy. Because all I wanted to do is at the top here, just do for now const empt JSON body. Oh, I just copied the word JSON body. Is it not going to? I'd be mad if it just copies the word JSON body again. It just copies the word JSON body. I want the content. Show me the content. Copy selected. There we go. That's stupid, but that'll do. So, yeah, whatever. That should work. So we're just going to pass in JSON body as temp JSON body for now. Let's see what it does. It breaks still. Damn it. Undefined is not an object. I'm just gonna clear out all these. What I really just want is there should be edges down here. Yeah. Nodes. That's what I thought it was. Edges. Right, there we are. See, this is what I thought it was. Maybe it's because I didn't have quotes before. I bet it's because I didn't have quotes before. Nope, still broken. Undefined is not an object. Update item JSON body. Update item JSON body. Oops. Well, I'm confused. Update item? Nope. What is going on here? What is going on here? I may just comment this out because this getting this to show is inconsequential to what I'm trying to accomplish for right now, which is add another column. Like I'm kind of complicating things for myself right now. And let's see here. So this still didn't load. Though I should probably do what this is saying, adding a error boundary. I might do that next. Undefined is not an error object, so it's not liking. Oh, we'll just undo. We'll just make sure there's at least an object in there then. I'm just gonna make sure there's at least. I'm just gonna get rid of all these slashes. Is what I'm doing. Release one item. Where is the end of this? Edges. Where does it say? Oh, there's only edges. That's not what we want. We want a node, no edges. So we will copy a node. I think this is not going to work because of a few reasons. We'll play with this for a sec. Getting rid of all these little lines. I'm just being really dumb now because my brain's on empty. Okay, let's save that. Now it has some data. JSON body, temp JSON body. Hopefully that's enough to make it not break. But it's probably gonna break. Oh, there we go. I put in 2 nodes. I put in 1 node. ID, do I have 2? That's interesting. I don't know why that should not be working at all, because I only see 1 node. How the heck is that working? Because it says there's a node 3. I don't see a node 3. Why does it think there's a node 3? Oh, I did something silly. That's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Alright, because our temp data only has a node 2. I don't want to save. Or do I want to save? What do we got going on? Let's save. Okay, so it seems like it's just showing. Let's go back to the screen. Yeah, okay, so it is breaking still. expected, let's say ARP view 76, ARP view 76. So it doesn't like something here. Man, okay, I think I'm just gonna comment this out for now. Right, because what we want is, ideally what I wanted to see is that grid, just so I could see it working. But I'm having, what do we say? Yeah, it wants some properties. You know, let's just do this. Temp JSON body, nodes, edges. Because this is complaining about what now? Console. This is saying JSON parse it. It's saying 76, 77, 110. Okay, so it's having an issue when it's trying to parse nodes and edges in here. So it doesn't like this format. What I'm going to do then is down here, selected item equals item key. Set selected item key. This is interesting. So we're fetching items. So we fetched the rule data. Rules. Data. So here's our rules, right? I'm just going to do this then. I'm going to drink some more water first. So the problem is, it's trying to use, okay, so we got artboard view component, selected rule item. So the thing is, it's taking, okay, that's probably, let's just do that first. I'm gonna have to refactor this component item. Because selected rule, you see how it's like splitting? And it's trying to grab a rule. I think what we want is just selected item. Because essentially, yeah, artboard view. So this is coming from rule item. I'm just going to rename this item. Now I'm kind of confused. This should just work. Nodes and edges is empty. Item does not exist in artboard view type props. Item. So right now we're saying it's a basic rule type. I'm probably going to define that as a component type at some point. So I think that what's going to happen is I have to go back and just kind of configure what and a component's going to be in this because it's going to be like any like interactive element. Well, now I'm really breaking things. Consider adding. Okay, that's no good. Select the item. Select the item as blank. Okay, so we gotta go back to our workspace screen. So right now we have selected rule, default rules. So we're just gonna add selected item for now. Items, set item. Default items. So I think what I'm going to do, because right now we have this basic role type, I'm probably going to add components as an object, and we'll probably have like a data thing. So this is probably going to end up being 3 different things once I'm done with this. And they're all just going to be items. Okay, so we'll add that for now as just a role type, because it's going to be the same thing for now. I'm getting sleepy. I was hoping to get this going before I stop coding, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. Okay, so now I think, oh wait, so we got a little bit of red here. Selected item. I'm gonna add in a type here. And we're gonna say if type equals rule, do this stuff. Right? If and then we're just gonna do for now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna return the first rule data item too. I'm gonna make a note to tell myself to fix that when I actually have real data for items. Yeah, I can't even type the word 2 at the moment, so I think we're getting very close to being done for the night, unfortunately. Okay, so that needs to be defined as a string. Oops, dang it. I can't type at all. Rule string. That should work. Cannot find type. Oops. Type is a string. So we did that. Also, I could say that we want this to be a rule, and we want this to be component. And we're changing this to be selected rule to selected item. Oh, this is not callable. It's right here. Redeclare relax scope variable. Am I doing selected item elsewhere? Oh, I did put selected item. Where else am I using this? 18 times, huh? That was a dumb name for that then. Okay, so we're not calling it selected item. We call it selected menu item. Selected menu item is probably better. There. That'll work. I think that'll work. Let's find out. Nope. Workspace string component. Selected item is empty string. I think I may just give up soon because I think I'm making a lot of mistakes here because I'm tired. But it's a bit of a bummer. Making mistakes. So I notice in dev mode, if I click too soon, I just can't click on anything, so I gotta redo it. Like you gotta give it a breath for whatever reason. I don't know why you have to give it a breath, but like, it just needs a breath. There we go. Okay, so what's it saying? Cannot find variable selected role. Cannot. Okay, so where would it think? Update item selected role. Okay, I'm just gonna undo this. I think I'm doing more harm than good at this point. We'll have to go back and rethink how we're doing this. So we'll keep it rule item for now. And I think what I want to do is we're going to cheat rule item, selected rule. Instead of calling it a rule item and artboard item, we'll call it, I guess we'll call it art item. So let's go artboard view, art item. And what I'm going to do for now is we're going to keep it very much the same. We're going to actually cheat this. And let's see here. What I think I'm going to do for now, just to get us moving, because I basically just wasted an hour on something that I didn't want to even do tonight, which is try to make that be multiple elements here. We're gonna go back to the workspace screen. Up on top here, was this the menu item thing? No. Down here, I think what I'm just gonna do is literally just remap over rules here. No, I guess that one, well, no, that will work. Because what we're going to do is use the word component here instead of rule. So now that will force it to open up a component menu item instead of a rule menu item. So hopefully that'll work. Let's see. Right, so we go click some cool idea. There we go. So technically, I think this is now a different component. So let's just check that out real quick. And the way we're going to check that is we're just going to make another, we'll add in, we'll change this from rules menu to component menu. And that's a really bad way to check that. but we'll just see how this works. The other thing I wanted to do was in this guy, we have this, so we have the block. What we kind of want to do is we want to put a div and a div here. Right. And just see if this works. So you see how already we can't find it? Okay, so I think I'm done for the night. I'm making too many mistakes here. It was a good move forward, but I don't think we're gonna, because what's happening now is it's saying, hey, React Flow needs to know some information to display properly. So it doesn't like that I put it in a different component here. Because this is flex start. We're going to, like, all I want to do is add a sidebar. I don't think we're gonna get that going today. Let's see. So if I think the easiest way to, yeah. So we're just gonna get rid of this delete button here, and that'll be the easiest way to see if we're loading two separate components at this moment. Nope, it looks like it's loading the same component. This is supposed to load the artboard view. I don't think it's loading the artboard view, because it's supposed to look at the item key and split that. Yeah, I think I got rid of that. Okay, I think, yeah, I'm just gonna call it for now. Yeah, thanks, Suda. I'm definitely just kind of like not big braining in at the moment. And yeah, like my best code time is like right when I wake up, till about like 2, and then then I start getting a case of the olds and the brain just stops working. So what we're trying to accomplish is, like I said, I think the next steps for this, and I hopefully will sneak some time in tomorrow, is we're trying to build out a component view, which looks like, if we go to our design here, like this, where we're probably going to stick in React Flow without the grid, to add in these other components, and we're probably going to make them like more dynamic. So we'll probably have like a box that we could resize, and we'll probably be able to toss like an image in there. And then we're gonna just toss text on top of that, and just position that using React Flow is what I'm thinking I'm gonna do. And then we'll have like the properties here to save those, so you can edit those. So edit for these elements, it's gonna be like right here. But yeah, well, all I was trying to do is make it so that I load this side. I didn't even get that far because I got too hung up on just getting it to have its own set of data. So that it is what it is. Like, I kind of at least have an idea of where I want to move forward with it, but it's not worth my time to continue until I could sit there and be like, oh, this is what I need to write, because I know what I need to write. I just don't have the mental clarity to take care of it. And yeah, thanks Sudo for jumping in there. It's always nice to have people pop back in, and I'm gonna try and code more now that I'm situated again. I got this new setup. Hopefully I want to get a lot done before the end of the year, but we only got like a month and a week left, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm still hopeful. I think I'll be coding a lot more. So yeah. Anywho, hope everyone has a good night, and hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving if I don't see you guys before then. Yeah, have a good night.